Well, as you can see, one of the biggest parts of the body damage on this vehicle is this fender. We've been pretty surprised at the little amount of rust that we've seen on this car, with the exception of one area. Come on over. And this is pretty extensive, and it's going to take a pretty good bit of work to do something with this, because I have a feeling that it probably rains inside the car every time it comes down. So that's going to take a little work to fix. Let's move them around. You've seen video of us working on the engine. We've pretty well determined that the engine has got a burnt valve on the #1 cylinder, and judging by the way the exhaust sounded a little while ago, we did some work, pulled it off, and then when you shut it off, I could hear it huffing through the exhaust. So it's probably a burned exhaust valve. Don't know why. All the other cylinders are fine, but probably got a piece of carbon hanging valve open, and they kept running it and it burned the valve. So that's got to be fixed. But if you'll come on around this way, show them what you've done. Son, who's holding the camera, has done a lot of rubbing and washing and cleaning, and has actually, I don't know if the camera picking it up, the difference between
that's good,
picking it up, but he's actually done a little buffing and rubbing. He did some on the hood, and you did some on back here, didn't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
You did some on this door. I think if we do some more buffing and rubbing, it'll really bring it out. Probably can tell from the pictures when we first brought it home till now the difference in the vehicle, in the cleanliness and all that. So come around, we'll let you look at these butt ugly seat covers. It's got it cleaned out somewhat on the inside. Look, don't judge us on the seat covers, they came with the car.
Can't beat free.
But the dash is cracked, but it's not nearly as bad as the 210 lift back.
Open that one. Open the back.
And open this one. Still got some detailing to do in these door jambs and some more cleaning to do, but the upholstery in the back seat, the bottom seat looks pretty decent, needs cleaning, but the upholstery on the top half of the back seat is sun blistered and roached. Well, let me open this. Son's a guitar player. Oh, that's heavy. Got them lifts. Both lift shocks got to be replaced, and it worked out pretty good for him. My son, who plays guitar, he's got a strap to hold his amp down. It's actually what's supposed to be to hold the sunroof from sliding around in the trunk, but that worked out pretty good. And if you'll watch, I'll put a piece of footage in right here. We're going to talk about the rear end. The front pinion is gone, so I'll slide a clip in here somewhere and show you that. And he drove it back from Huntsville like that, and from Huntsville to here we figured it was about 275 or 300 miles that he drove with the rear end leaking, having to stop every 75 miles or so. We're out here, my son's out here today doing a rear end swap, doing the pumpkin changeover. As you saw in an earlier video, just how bad it was. Somebody's been into this rear end before. As you can see, it's all goobered up with silicone, but since the ring and pinion haven't slipped on one another, I should be able to replace the bearings. It may make a little noise, but it'll run. But he has the chunk out of the lift back that he can throw in there, so that's what he's going to do today, and be able to get this thing around a little easier without having to worry about destroying it where it can't be fixed. Anyway, I'm being a little under the weather today. Got a cold, not doing so hot, so I've been riding a recliner and letting him take this apart. I was out here with him yesterday. I didn't feel as bad then as I do today, but so I thought I'd come out and get a quick update, see where he's at, and make sure he didn't need any assistance or any technical advice, but appears he's got it well under control after taking that other one apart. Going around this side, you can see, you can look down at the lower, go down the low on the quarters. There's no real rust down low. The only place, and it's on both sides, there's any rust is here and here. So the car's in pretty decent condition, all things considered. We've got that car. I'm trying to show them that car. That car has got still got a bunch of good parts on it. Never mind the crashed Camry hood that's on it, it's to keep the motor dry, but the engine in it still runs good. I've fixed the transmission a couple of years ago in it, so it's got a good transmission. So we ought to be able to take and come up with one good car out of these two. Oh, I forgot to mention the one other problem we've got. It doesn't crank when you turn the ignition switch. We're gonna go for a ride. All right, here we go. That wiper arm, that's something else.
Works great, too. Got intermittent wipers.
Sounds like it's trying to pick up on number one occasionally.
It does. When you get it revved up, it will.
Well, transmission, right. Transmission's good. Brakes aren't as good as the lift back.
Yeah, you brake hard, it pulls hard right. I almost sent myself in the ditch one time.
That means this left caliper over here is not grabbing. That one's pulling, it's clamping, pulling you that way.
Probably can switch that out pretty easy.
Get after it.
Yeah.
We definitely have to pull the clutch out of the other car.
Oh yeah.
Though.
In and out.
All right. This is definitely my apocalypse car. This thing will run when nothing else will. So, thank you guys for coming along to the garage today, and please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you wouldn't mind, check out some of my other videos. We're going to have another series coming up on this one and all the repairs that we have to do to it. So we'd appreciate it if you come watch. Take care.